Cañón del Padre. This is the colonia where we live at.
Where are you from?
California. Yeah, in Santa Ana, Orange County. I grew up there 30 years, and I was just recently deported. So now I live here. So it's quite the change from there to here.
So how old were you when you immigrated to the U.S.?
I was 6 months old. I didn't find out I was undocumented until I was 17.
You didn't even realize that you had came over illegally your entire life?
No, I never knew. I don't believe it's something you would ask your parents or parents would bring up to you.
How'd you find out?
I applied for a driver's license.
And what'd they say?
They asked me for my social security and I didn't know what that was.
That's actually awful.
What'd your parents say?
They said, we have to move.
What can you tell us about this place?
It's new.
I give a fuck. That's awful. His parents are bad at that. They're awful.
Wow, actually the neighborhood is called Nueva Esperanza, but everybody calls it Cartolandia.
It's poor. I mean, we have no cement on the floor, and it's most of our houses are built with just basically it's a drywall. Yeah.
How many people do you think live here?
Close to 1,000. Yeah, there's a lot of people that.
Well, a lot of people are trying to cancel me for this, of course, as always. But this is the doing of their parents. Like, you guys act like parents can't make a fucking horrible choice for their family. That shit happens fucking every time, all the time, every day, in all the countries. This is his parents making a bad choice.
Are newly deported.
Who else's fault is this?
President Donald Trump is directing ICE to expand deportations.
He went on to say the Democrats use them to cheat in elections and expand their voter base.
¿En Estados Unidos también usan esa canción para los helados?
Sí, es la misma canción ahí. Igualmente spooky también. Can you give us a little tour?
Yeah, well, this is my kitchen. Will be the finished kitchen once I'm done. I have some cabinets outside that I'm gonna hang up, the stove on that side, but everything's gonna be here. My little walkway and my living room. My bathroom's in here, but somebody's in busy. Somebody's in the bathroom. I'm actually proud of my bathroom. I did it myself. And that's it. It's a mess. Yeah, full of a lot of junk.
What's the biggest challenge about living here?
I don't know if it's between security and honestly, just water and electricity. Sometimes we just have no light.
Well, I mean, they will deport me. I did get deported.
Well, yeah,
technically, I self-deported. I had to.
Yeah,
temporarily.
It's pretty dangerous in Mexico. It's a scary place.
So far this year, more than 1,700 people have been murdered in the city of Tijuana.
Somebody just got killed yesterday in the park across the street. I mean, across the fucking.
Because my visa's expired.
Canal.
It's not expired actually. It's still going on. But
what happened?
It's complicated.
He got shot at. I'm pretty sure that this whole colonia is drug controlled. Actually, yeah.
Controlled by that one organization.
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but did you get convicted of a crime prior to being deported?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I got convicted of, what was it, grand theft for a bicycle that I bought, which I thought was legit, but ended up being stolen. So yeah, and it was worth at least $4,000.
You bought it on Craigslist?
No, I bought it off somebody on the street.
So you walked past a dude and he had a bike for sale.
He was offering the bike to sell, and my brother knew him and sold me the bike, and I was like, okay. And I got arrested. Not even the same day I got arrested. Yeah.
But were you caught by like a federal agency?
Oh yeah, I was. I was at home when I was arrested and taken to federal custody. There I began deportation hearings, and I was finally deported.
The Department of Justice is issuing a directive.
This is kind of tough check because I gotta be honest with you guys. Bikes that are worth thousands are you can kind of tell it's worth a lot of money, dude. And if you're buying at a really low price, the guy's trying to get rid of it. Clearly, it's probably stolen, bro. Like, I don't really blame anybody because you're kind of a victim of that crime, but
who commit certain crimes.
Yeah, the move is raising concerns and some fears within the immigrant community.
It was a terrible experience saying bye to my parents.
Are they still there?
They're still over there. Yeah. Yep.
You talk to them often?
Every day.
Would you ever think about hopping the border back?
Illegally, no. Legally, if I could, that's the first thing I shoot for. But I applied for withholdings of removal, which is asylum, based on my social party with the LGBT community.
Love you.
So I'm gonna stay here for a while. I hope to see my parents again. Yeah, and give them a hug. I want to go back. It's awesome. I liked In-N-Out the most.
Hola chicos, estás viendo Canal 5 Latino.
This guy seems...
Ahora estamos en un barrio en Tijuana y sabemos que en los Estados Unidos hay una conversación muy importante sobre la inmigración y el impacto económico de los migrantes. Pero
la otra cara de la moneda de lo que no se habla, empresas extranjeras que llegan a instalarse aquí a México.
Y las dos conversaciones son perfectamente encapsuladas en este área. For reference, we're about 15 minutes away from San Diego right now and about 100 feet away from an Amazon warehouse. Now, if you're someone who can't immediately tell an Amazon warehouse from the blue and gray decal, it may be hard to clock this place as a packing and shipping center, given the fact that they've removed their decal from the building as a result.
Yeah, but like he admitted to like that one thing. I don't think it's that bad. If the whole system wasn't so fucking backlogged and broken and abused, whatever, right? Well, I hope his application gets reviewed swiftly and timely, as it fucking should be. As it should be. The system was such fucking straight dog shit.
Of the shameful optics that ensued after the construction.
Podemos observar que en las dos esquinas donde estaba el logo de Amazon ya no existe.
Quitaron las letras por, no sé, por imagen, creo. Mi perspectiva fue por lo mismo, el contraste, que no daba la imagen que quería la empresa, a lo mejor, yo creo.
But this is still, in fact, a corporate American Bezos dollar generator over yonder, past a couple gates and barbed wire fences. Aquí es un almacén de Amazon.
Amazon just opened its newest distribution center in Mexico.
This fulfillment center is bringing hundreds of jobs to Tijuana and is expected to shorten the delivery time throughout the northwest region of the country.
But to back up a bit, let's talk about where we are. Okay, we're in Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, in a slum called Cardboard Land.
Amazon,
Well, it translates
Amazon.
Cartolandia in Spanish, but it pretty much means cardboard land, plywood land.
It's houses made out of wood that people don't pay rent. Me neither, but you know what I know.
A lot of people here currently work for Amazon or used to work for Amazon and built homes here to be close to their work.
Porque está cerquita.
That's legit, that's legit.
Nosotros queremos buscar un trabajo, pues vamos a la Amazon.
Mi hermana, mi cuñado, no sé exactamente qué realizan,
That's
pero
legit.
están en envíos, trabajan de noche.
Others were recently deported from the U.S. as a result of ICE raids and deportations.
Chat, what is this? Is called locking in. Yeah, it's a little bit dystopian or whatever, right? I'm sure. I wish it could be better, but if somebody's deliberately living there in a spot that they're currently upgrading or whatever, and they live next to work, well, they don't spend time or a lot of money commuting back and forth. This can be good for them. I mean, I'm just saying it's not the best, but guys, brother, look at the situation that they got right there. It's not gonna be the best anyway. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, I'm confused what we're complaining about.
Tiene mucho tiempo que lo deportaron. ¿Hace cuánto fue deportado?
2005.
And a lot of people just live here because it's the cheapest place in town to get a decent apartment for
I'm
under...
saying that. But people praise and boast about success stories of like Amazon employees or like fucking Microsoft employees living in their car in the parking lot, right? Oh guys, this guy's a local hero. Look, he lives in his minivan and he does all this shit and he's on the grind. Yeah, this is the American dream. Like, and then you have this. It's like, oh no, this is bro. This they choose this deliberately. I mean, what are we gonna do about it? Like, what can you do?
Under $0. You actually don't have to pay any money to live here, but you do have to put up the money to build the house that you want to live in. So if you can invest in hammers, nails, tires, mattresses, and raw materials, and
the company is offering a certain wage for a job that they take deliberately, right? Like, what can the company do more or do better to fit your agenda? Are they supposed to bulldoze everybody and just install new fucking apartments only for the workers? People are gonna complain. It's fucking, yo, this is like a sweatshop. Like, I'll pay them. Oh my God, bro.
build the house yourself, no rent. But if you want to figure out how to put AC, gas, and water into your house, it's a bit of a different story. And by the way, if you want to watch this video totally in Spanish,
we don't even
you can
know
go to
what
Canal
they're
Cinco.
getting paid.
It's our
We don't even
alternative
know.
Spanish language channel where we have not only most of our main videos overdubbed in Spanish,
Amazon wages are pretty good, no?
but also different original content filmed in Latin America with myself, Andrea Chaparro, Josue, and some other friends too. We've been covering the
Okay, maybe I'm not listening to the video properly. I think they're being there, right? Deliberately. Some people are relocating there for the job thing, and I don't think they can build a house in the middle of this. Like, it's just what they choose to have as the current arrangement. It's bad, but they're turning to that deliberately. What can you do?
ongoing ban on corridos, which is like a narco pop fusion music that's been happening here under the new
He
administration.
literally said that. He said that.
De los narcocorridos.
Yo opino que tenemos que fomentar la libertad de expresión. Yo soy un productor de electrocorridos y de corridos.
Ah, pues están chidos, puro belicona, huevo.
Los corridos son ya parte de México.
Pues vine aquí a escuchar lo que traigo en las
How much
sangre,
do they
los
pay
corridos, el norteño.
We also went to Tepito Market.
Alright, somebody give me some fucking AI bullshit answer. This distribution center in Mexico, newly built. How much are they offering for pay at the job there?
Mexico City, and we're covering a few other things too. So if you want to check that out, head to Canal 5. I'm going to put the link in the pinned comment and description box of this video. All right, back to the topic at hand, Cartolandia. While the area is currently in the spotlight due to its population of deportees and Amazon employees, the makeshift walls of these homes tell a story far deeper than what meets the naked eye.
Esto tiene años, hasta más de 40, 50 años tiene.
Chat, what is this place called? So I could put it in the fucking Grok AI or some shit. What is it? What? I want to see. Tijuana. So what do I type in? What do I type in? The newly built Tijuana. How do you type that? How do you type that? Shen Center. How much are people paid to work there? Question mark. What? It's a fulfillment center? Whatever, it's fine. I don't know what I'm talking about.
$51 months xQcl.
Uh-oh. Bing bong, bing, bing,
Meow,
bing,
meow,
bong,
meow,
bong.
meow, meow.
Approximately 1,900 pedals per week, about 91 USD. Data from 200 estimates. Average hourly wage, Amazon doing it, is about 111 Mexican, 5.5 USD, averaging USD. Okay. In that area, what is the minimum wage and average wage? Well, we have to know. We have to compare. You have to compare. About 2.5. So, hold on. Hourly rate about $7. I'm confused. Hold on. Average into the 2-1. Then on average, that is an hourly rate of about 153 US 5.7. Chat. So is it worse? For context, X. So that's the minimum wage in the northern border. For as of currency conversion, so is what? Okay, play later. I'm doing intro stuff.
No, I'm not asking about
Oh, you want food?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, right. I'll order you some food, please, as well. Underpaying them? Which one? I was underpaying the workers at 20% they're compared to local standards. We need to compare that. We're just, oh man. You just give me an answer, buddy. Just give me an answer. I'm not, bro. Oh my god, I'm not reading all this. Yeah, so 5.5 against 7.5, so it's less than it. It's significantly below the average. May not be competitive with local industry standards. Underpaying concerns. Subcontracting benefits. Local expectations. Is not underpaying workers related to Mexico's minimum wage as reported wages. Okay. However, compared to Tijuana's average wage, yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough, but yeah.
Porque estaba rodeada de árboles.
This man, named Luis, now in his late 30s, is from the first native-born generation of Cartolandians, descending from parents who left rural parts of Mexico to find work in the city during the 1950s.
Descendiente del estado de Chiapas.
Ah, ok.
Sí, toda la mayoría aquí somos de familia, pues de papá y mamá.
It literally said it. It literally said they're not underpaying it. They're literally saying that they're not underpaying it. It's not like some abuse or whatever. It's still
de otros lugares.
And to understand why Cartolandia was built in the first place, you have to first understand post-war America.
6 years after the end of World War II, America is wealthier than ever.
All right, bear with me. So in the US, the post-war 40s, or the baby boom of the 50s, is typically thought of as being the age of prosperity, especially for the veterans who came back from Japan and Europe and stuff, and were able to enjoy the benefits of the GI Bill, like dirt cheap subsidized mortgages on new homes in the burbs, free college, monthly checks in the mail, and more. But the post-war era in America was also the beginning of American manufacturing's death spiral, leading us slowly into today's reality, where 97% of our clothing and electronics are imported from factories and sweatshops in developing nations like China, India, and Vietnam. This spiral, of course, was made possible by corporate executives who are now dead that at one point sought to yield a higher profit margin at the expense of American jobs. And here's how they did it. You see, back in the day in 1944, right after the war ended, there was a secret meeting in New Hampshire called the Bretton Woods Conference, where delegates from 44 different allied nations all met up to create something called the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, aka the World Bank, which set the US dollar as the official global currency. Number one, baby.
People should be doing that, of course, but I gotta be honest with you. Why do countries even allow that to happen in the first place, though? Why do they allow this shit? Why did China at the time allows for them to have like little zones where they could do that? I think it's odd.
Printed right there in Philadelphia. This in turn gave us the magical ability to at will decide how much other countries' money was worth. And if you've ever been to a foreign country and asked yourself how the heck it costs you 100,000 of their dollars to get a cup of coffee in the morning, here's why. The US artificially devalued the currencies of dozens of countries through modified exchange rates after becoming the world standard in 1944, whereafter American business titans frantically built factories in the countries with the lowest dollar in order to pay people in these countries as little as possible for labor and raw materials. This process is called economic globalization and is the reason for much of the world's poverty, as it forces...
So what if you go all in on a loan and where you come from to get education, right? Then you ask to immigrate to the United States legally through that. Go all in, you work there 10 years, hard work, super hardcore, right? Take all your shit, go back home, translate your dollar USD into dollar at home, then you're fucking balling the fuck out. Pay your loan, boom, buy a mansion, boom, donezo.
Formerly self-sufficient and non-capital obsessed countries to industrialize, yet never have the opportunity to evolve into anything more than glorified factory states or amusement park countries for more powerful nations like us. And this was especially true of Mexico in the 1950s. Unlike today, where border cities like Tijuana and Ciudad Juarez are among the country's most populous, border towns were borderline non-existent back in the day. For perspective, in 1930, Mexico City was home to 1.1 million people, and Tijuana had less than 9,000 people living in it. But shortly after tanking the peso back in 1944, American companies began building hundreds of steel factories and assembly plants as close to home as possible, which meant across the border from San Diego and Tijuana.
Tijuana es una ciudad que atrae mucha inversión extranjera porque somos frontera con San Diego.
So they decided to make the sweatshops at home, just over the border, so it's closer than importing it all the way across. It's like a local sweatshop type deal.
Y aquí alrededor también, cerca, está una garita, un cruce fronterizo, el cruce de Otay. Y por lo tanto muchas empresas quieren estar cerca de la garita de Otay para que una vez que terminen sus productos poderlos cruzar de manera rápida, de manera inmediata.
This, in turn, caused a mass rural exodus of Mexicans from the countryside who arrived by the tens of thousands into the city in search of work. Some of these people had literally pennies, or rather, devalued pesos to their name, and slept in cars or outside these factories on the streets. But others, particularly those who were nice with the hammer, built Cartolandia in 1955. The first iteration of this settlement was about 2 miles upriver from where it is today, in the Zona Rio district near the San Ysidro border crossing. Initially only home to a couple hundred workers, the area continued to explode in population as American factories continued to be built.
Like a slum,
and by 1968, 25,000 people. That's right, an entire Taylor Swift arena full of people, called Cartolandia home. But it was seen as something of an eyesore by the more affluent residents of the city who called for its destruction.
Se tomó la decisión de desalojar esta zona.
All right, now before we get into how the first Cartolandia was destroyed by the state government, I want to tell you guys about a story of the first eviction. One morning in 1972, Baja California cops came in guns blazing and forced the entire community of Cartolandia to disperse that same day, bulldozing the entire area overnight. While the Baja state government saw this forced eviction as an end-all be-all, they were dead wrong. Like in the case of most homeless sweeps in the States, where they just kind of kick people around and expect them to figure out life somewhere else, Cartolandians simply migrated to a new hub just blocks away from where the fuzz was giving them guff, specifically at a strip of land that was classified as undesignated federal territory.
Miren, recordemos que estos terrenos no son propiedad privada, son federales. Entonces, ¿quién es el dueño del terreno federal? Es Conagua, la Comisión Nacional del Agua, pero la Comisión Nacional del Agua no tiene la estructura, ni el aparato, ni los recursos, ni el personal humano, ni la intención de venir a sacar a la gente, ¿no? Tampoco lo va a hacer.
So that same year, Cartolandia 2.0 was born, but renamed Nueva Esperanza, Spanish for New Hope.
So is this
While
still the whole
visually,
story?
The second settlement looked almost identical to the first, the demographic was quite different. Think less migrant factory workers from other parts of Mexico and more fresh deportees recently expelled from the U.S. with nowhere to go. And also, no money. As I mentioned, Cartolandia is free if you can build your own house. And many deported people did, the first of whom were deported in and around 1986 after Reagan passed the Immigration Reform and Control Act, bringing forth a new era of border militarization and expanding the use of expedited removal. This led to multiple decades of unprecedented mass deportations under the Clinton, Bush, and especially Obama administration. Many older Cartolandia residents today are products of those eras.
Cuando crucé tenía como edad de 17 años, 16, 17 años. Me deportaron en el 2005, ya llevo ya casi 20 años aquí.
2005.
Ajá.
¿Y cuánto tiempo ya lleva viviendo allá de aquel lado?
Chat, this is a question, chat. This is a question for the Titans in chat. Chat. Did Reagan fumble the bag hard or not?
Casi 14 años. En Los Ángeles, California. Sí.
¿Qué parte?
En el este de Los Ángeles.
Okay.
Tengo mis hijos allá, mi familia, y me cuentan que ya está un poco más difícil.
Masked federal agents are often seen raiding homes, businesses, even daycares.
The fears sparked by mass deportations,
Economics.
targeted workplace ICE raids, and random stops is driving people into hiding and keeping them away from everyday life.
¿Qué piensas sobre tu vida aquí?
Tranquilo, pues tengo trabajo, y pues ya tengo otra familia acá, pues ya voy al día nada más, o sea, pues ya no anhelo cruzar otra vez, no.
Despite its rugged look, there's actually a decent amount of infrastructure.
If you have a social security number and a passport and a fucking U.S. citizenship, I mean, Giga Chad, you're not going to fucking hiding anywhere. I mean, fuck you care? What the fuck you care for?
Which is something that residents repeatedly emphasized to me during interviews.
Ya todo está bien, ya tenemos los servicios, ya se paga agua, luz, predial.
And to be honest, their setup isn't half bad. There's a small electrical grid set up with wires connected to light poles. There's a water filtration system that draws and purifies water from the nearby irrigation canal. And there's also a church, 2 stores, and a free elementary school for special needs children. Still, it goes without saying that conditions there are quite rough, particularly in regards to the lack of plumbing, AC, and some say the abysmal police response time. So what would happen in theory if somebody tried to break into your house and steal one of your pots and pans?
They would definitely just get away with it. I wouldn't put up much of a fight. Go ahead, take the pots and pans.
But if you tried to call the police?
They would probably come out tomorrow. They'll probably come out tomorrow.
Chad, does birthright citizenship gets removed retroactively or for the future?
And tell me the same thing, like, well, we'll look for your guy with the pots.
However, many residents thought this would all change back in 2021 when Amazon
for the
opened
future,
up its brand new fulfillment center right next door, promising to bring positive change to the neighborhood.
It was said by the community that Amazon said they were going to help build better houses with material, cement, and that never happened.
But what did happen is that a ton of people got hired.
La mayoría estamos aquí en la empresa.
Entonces, si usted sí está...
What is it? Question mark. I'm confused. Bro, retroactively is bad because it applies to everybody behind. But if people know not to do something and know that, yo, don't do this, and then they do it deliberately, I mean, dude, I'm confused. They're doing it deliberately. I'm confused. If a parent knows, yo, this is bad, this is gonna fuck my child's life, and they do it, that's on them. What? What the fuck are we talking about here? You're being a bum lord.
¿A favor de que Amazon haya llegado aquí?
Sí, la verdad sí, a nosotros sí nos convino muchísimo.
Sí, la gente que está trabajando en Amazon, pues gracias a Dios que existe esa fábrica.
Why don't they just build like a building next to Amazon, right? It's like this big ass cement box full of like bunk beds and normal shit. Cost them like nothing to fucking maintain and do, and they can have the excuse that they're housing them partially.
fábrica porque con ese dinero
Like
que
Squid
paga
Game.
Amazon, pues
Yeah.
salen adelante la gente aquí trabajando.
Yo trabajé con
This is already a fucking dystopian Squid Game shit anyway.
Había mucho calor, nos regalaba agua fresca, pues.
Es una nueva oportunidad de vida, un nuevo comienzo.
Mejia earns 2,000 pesos a week as a janitor, working for a factory in the same business park as the Amazon Fulfillment Center.
In addition to health insurance, Amazon employees in Cartolandia were also getting paid 52 pesos an hour, which, while only $1.85 in the U.S., is still significantly above Mexican minimum wage.
A la vez estoy en favor porque nos da trabajo y todo eso. Ahí la estamos viendo, como mexicana ahí estamos buscándole trabajo en lo que encontremos, en lo que haya.
Chad.
Esperemos que hubiera un metro también aquí, o sea, algo aquí.
Para moverse más rápido, ¿no?
Sí, porque ahorita con los transportes, ahorita que aumentaron.
However, despite the positive sentiment about Amazon
Yo,
amongst residents,
imagine if they had this building that could house you, and they had this fucking rail track going around, and it goes inside a factory. It enters the factory, boom. That'd be fucking hard. It has a fucking train track like a minecart from Minecraft. Bam, 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 bam. In work, bam, 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 out of work, boom.
the controversy caused by really a single photograph changed the game forever. That photo of the warehouse looming behind.
What's up? Am I in trouble? Okay, yeah, I got you.
The Slums, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen,
I'll
drew ire from the international press, baking its way into the collective conscience of American progressives.
The result of this new distribution center will save costs and deliver time.
I'll never forget this as long as I live.
This news is funded by viewers like you.
Do you know those large cardboard boxes that refrigerators come into and stoves those? But that's where people were living. They were living literally in cardboard boxes. So workers in America were thrown out on the street. And people in Mexico exploited in a horrible way. These big, shiny new factories at the time.
This bad PR.
I need to go back. Sorry, guys. I was.
Save costs and deliver time.
I'll never.
Progressives.
The result of this new distribution center will save costs and deliver.
How's that funny?
I'll never forget this as long as I live.
If this gives work that's above minimum wage to the people that are local and the people that are buying, it saves them money. Feels like a positive for this spot.
News is funded by viewers like you.
Do you know those large cardboard boxes that refrigerators come into and stoves those? But that's where people were living. They were living literally in cardboard boxes. So workers in America were thrown out on the street, and people in Mexico exploited in a horrible way. And these big, shiny.
Okay, guys, I understand, chat, but I don't live in this like fantasy world. What is expected of Amazon if they don't give jobs, they're bad. They give jobs better than minimum wage, it's bad. If they give them housing, it's sweatshoppy. What the fuck are they to do? Then fuck it. Then don't go there. Fuck their product. Let's keep it at a high price and fuck it. Nobody gets work. Like I'm confused. People want them to build one house for every worker and operate in the red for the next 50 years to pay back to the. What world do you live in? Well, you wouldn't ask any company, anybody to do this ever if it wasn't some big corporate. It's dystopian. It's you live in some sort of like mental utopia or something. I don't know.
New factories at the time.
I'm not defending them. I'm just saying apply this rule constantly to everybody. Otherwise, don't bother, because it's not some deliberately evil thing. It seems like. These guys, like, it's above minimum wage. Like, they want it. What is about it?
This bad PR, some feel, caused Amazon to first remove their logo and then close up shop shortly after.
Pues yo que sepa, no sé si está funcionando ahorita.
¿Ahorita no está funcionando?
So stuck there, no job, minimum wage, hard to live by, or above minimum wage, job next to their quote-unquote home or whatever, and some opportunity to upgrade and get out at one point. Like, this seems like like one step towards financial freedom or getting somewhere. It's like at least one step, but in 0 steps. Like, I'm confused.
Como hay movimiento, no se ve nada.
¿Que te haga mucho gusto eso de las fotos y todo eso?
Sí, porque se estaba
It
haciendo
feels like a net positive.
Sí, se estaba haciendo muy viral que Amazon se puso en un lugar, pero siempre salen las fotos donde están las casitas en la calle, o sea, es como si yo fuera a la zona centro y tomo una foto donde están las casitas de, no sé, los que están donde están los inmigrantes. Y digo, esto es zona centro.
Bro, the dystopian thing about this is if you make a comparison to big cities and minimum wages, I would make a crazy argument that these guys probably have a better ratio of income to cost of life than most people have in big cities in minimum wage jobs. Generally, genuinely, it's unlivable in America to have a minimum wage job in a big city. It just is. Like this seems to be, to that ratio, to be an upgrade, unless I'm completely off on this.
O sea, no sé si sea por ahorita el caso que está pasando con Estados Unidos sobre los aranceles y todo eso.
So why isn't fucking Starbucks getting canceled or getting mad about that they're giving $11 an hour to some guy making the fucking barista shit in some fucking New York where it costs like $12,000 per fucking 12 seconds to live in their dog shit 0.4 fucking room apartment? No, they aren't. Your energy isn't. You're not spending your energy equivalently.
Pero ahorita no
hay tanto movimiento.
No hay tanto movimiento, exacto.
Yet, despite the new apparent absence of Amazon, residents have their own ways of making money.
Mira, azúcar, el fentanilo de este país.
Some manufacture clothes, one cuts hair, and others work remotely for American companies.
Yes.
What do you do for work mainly here?
Here, I work as an agent for a call center.
Really?
Call center, yeah. And I work from home, so it's awesome.
What kind of things do you say when you call people?
I mainly just set up appointments for a psychologist in Orange County.
Psychiatrist or psychologist?
Psychiatrist,
Like
sorry.
people who need counseling, not people who want to understand the mechanisms of thought.
True that. Yeah, I set up appointments for a psychiatrist.
So somebody will call you saying like they have depression and you'll pair them with a therapist?
Yeah, I'll pair them with therapist, availability, and with kids with Alzheimer's or certain things like that.
You think everybody should do therapy?
Yes. I think it's important. I get calls and they last me about 30 minutes and I'm like, lady, you need to talk to somebody. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it. Anything you want to say to the people?
Well, look out for the Mexicans, you know?
Artyom, really, brother? No, I can't. I'm about to cancel you, man. Are you good? Bro. Artyom, aren't you Mexican?
Man, I really appreciate it.
You know, support and encourage your bros.
Maldita autoridad. Canal 5 Noticias. Canal 5, no, mierda, con.
Yo, okay, Artyom, I'm done. Yo, no more USD for you, pal. No more USD for you. Artyom, now you're being paid in pesos, fucking dumb fuck. I don't care. I don't give a shit. You're done. Rebozo.
The UFC.
We already watched this today. Where is he? Oh, now it's too far. Oh, I'm calling therapy gay, not him. Okay, GG. I can't support this. This is crazy.